Hey guys, so the book I read is called The Athena Doctrine. It's by John Grzema, who is a former CEO, as well as Michael D'Antonio, who is a commentator for CNN. So I'm just going to walk you through the book real quick. So the Athena Doctrine talks about how there's this new global shift in valuing feminine traits in leadership. So, for example, I've included a chart here that goes over the 10 competencies desired for modern leaders. And as you can see, most of these traits are considered to be feminine traits. Um, so, yeah, each chapter goes through a different country, a different case study, where, you know, having feminine traits can actually be very beneficial in leadership or decision making. So there's examples from Peru, Iceland, China, India, Colombia, and so on and so forth. So there's
My
this
biggest
concept
takeaway from
in the
this
book known as
book
Athena
is the
styled
fact that
virtues.
these Athena styled
And
virtues
what
can
that
help with these
means
four
is there are certain
aspects,
values or
right? These four
certain
categories,
virtues that are traditionally
innovation, organizational
more
management,
feminine,
and
such
career
as
management.
patience and empathy, which I've
Right.
mentioned
So when I was
prior.
coming up
And if
with
you look
what
at
are
the
my
previous
3 to
slide,
5
you can take a
takeaways,
look
I
at what
couldn't
these
just put it
specific
into
virtues
this,
are.
because this book talks
So
about
there's this
specific
concept
traits,
in
right,
the
and
book
how they can
known
help
as
with one of
Athena
these four
styled
categories,
virtues.
right? So I
And
thought
what
it would be
that
very
means
beneficial for
is
me
there
to
are
actually
certain
have a
values or
chart
certain virtues that are
kind of says all this
traditionally
information.
more feminine,
And
such
you
as
know, I
patience
also
and
made it
empathy,
my
which I've mentioned prior.
screensaver
And if you look at the
because
previous slide, you
you know,
can
I
take a look at
really
what these
enjoyed
specific
this chart,
virtues are.
and I thought it would be very beneficial. So, for
So there's
example,
this
right,
concept in
if
the
I
book
say I'm
known as
having
Athena
issues
styled
with
virtues.
innovation in my
And what
company or
that
business or whatever
means
it may
is there
be,
are certain
right?
values or
Instead
certain
of just sitting
virtues
there
that
or
are
whatever, I can really
traditionally
tap in
more
to
feminine,
this feminine
such as
trait I have
patience
of
and
being
empathy, which I've
empathetic.
mentioned
Right, I'm
prior.
really
And if you look at
understanding
the previous
what my
slide, you can take a
customers'
look
needs
at
are by
what these
putting
specific
myself
virtues
in their
are.
shoes and trying to figure, okay, what are my
So there's
you know,
this
what issues I'm
concept
having,
in the book
right?
known as Athena
And
styled
this
virtues.
could actually be a catalyst
And
to
what that
coming up with
means
better and
is there
new
are certain
ideas.
values or
So
certain
to
virtues
boil
that
it
are
down, 3
traditionally
takeaways,
more feminine,
3 to
such
5
as patience
takeaways
and
is
empathy, which
these
I've
4
mentioned
categories
prior.
can be
And if you look at the
impacted
previous
by
slide, you can take a look at what these specific
different
virtues
types of
are.
virtues that are
So
traditionally
there's this
more feminine,
concept in the book
as
known
well
as
as there's
Athena
some
styled
characteristics
virtues.
like being empathetic,
And
being
what that
patient, thinking
means
long
is there are certain
term,
values or certain
being
virtues that are
understanding that can
traditionally
actually be beneficial.
more feminine, such as.
So a life application for me personally is with my work Startup Avenue, and I love Startup Avenue. It's one of my biggest passions right now. And basically, one thing that I was thinking about while I was reading this book is how this virtue of patience and thinking long term can really be beneficial, right, in terms of success. So one thing that I like to do is making sure that everybody in Startup Avenue, everyone, all the board members know this is our long term goal, and being patient and how like making sure that what we're doing right now is aligning with the long term goal, right? And everything that they're doing, whether it's marketing, community, finance, how it ties back in to the long term goal, right? And it's also the idea of being patient and making sure that, okay, no matter if the other board members are being impatient, I myself need to be patient and understand that, okay, this is a long term process. And really investing in the fact that we're working on something long term, not a short term here and done thing.